Hello, this is the Bald Menace. I am back with another how to draw video, and this time I'm going to do things a little different. So first thing is, I want to thank, I'm not sure what his name is. It's Storch? Yeah, Storch, I believe. He asked me a question, and it was basically, he wanted to know a little bit more detail on the last drawing video I did, which, well, not quite the last one, but the one of the Alice in Wonderland Mad Hatter, and he wanted more of a description on how I did the like a more of a step-by-step on the video. So I've kind of recorded two separate videos. One is the audio, which you'll be hearing, and the other is the actual drawing video. So there might be a little bit of delay in the overlap, but I'm going to be kind of explaining what I'm doing as I'm going. So if you want to just hang on the ride, we'll see that. But basically, so first you select the canvas. It's going to be a 4,000 pixel to 4,000 pixel. The higher the pixel count, the more clear your thing is, and the less pixelized it'll look. It's not going to look like one of those NES video games. Then you select I would say, a very clear paintbrush. Doesn't have to be a sharp edge or fuzzy edge. It's basically up to your preference. I'm using basically gray. You make a layer above the background. This way that in case you want to add in layers underneath. Also, usually the background is locked, but that's not always a bad thing. You can easily unlock it with Pixlr. And you start doing your basic outline of the eye or whatever you're going to draw. Today I'm drawing an anime male eye, so it's going to be a little bit more wider. To make sure it's anime, I'm gonna have the pupil, is the iris? Yeah, I'm gonna have the pupil have a little bit of a semi-moon circle thing, just to make it look like there's a reflection and go on. Next, after that, you're gonna create another layer on top of the layer that you did, and you're gonna trace out your sloppy lines with a pencil line. This, remember, doesn't have to be 100%. If you do it 100%, or you can try to do it as close as possible, it's a little nicer. I was doing it freehand with my finger on the mouse pad, something I really discourage people from doing. And so it came out a little, but of course, with the coloring, you can correct it. All right. Then after that, you create another layer underneath your pencil line, and that would be your colors. Ideally, you would make different colors for different parts of the body, just so that your colors aren't blending. And when you want to erase, you're not erasing, all the work you do. It kind of helps you not be precise. But because it's the grayscale that we're doing, it's going to be a little bit easier. And we're just going to rely on one color, which is going to be the iris. And labeling up will help you keep in track of everything that's going on. So as we're doing, there's going to be 3 sets of colors in the eyeball. We know from anime art that the eye is usually one of the most important aspects or it kind of defines the anime character. So that's why I'm paying so much attention to it. So in the eye color now, what I'm basically going to do is be stacking my layers of color. Though we're doing a grayscale, I'm trying to add the most detail here. So I get 3 shades of gray, not 50, but whatever. And I just outline it. See, I try to make boxes around them to fill them in. You saw that gray thing spilling over was because I did not box it correctly, and thus it filled the whole screen. Now you come in with a paintbrush that has more of a fuzzy edge, not a hard edge, and you go in, and it'll help you blend the colors together a little bit more, hide those white spots you missed, and basically just fix any details that you need to. And there I am adding the pupil again, just so that it fits better. And yes, from a distance it looks actually pretty decent. Next, one thing I've noticed on a lot of anime styles is underneath the eye they kind of like to have a shadow. I think it's because the eyeball is inside the actual eyelid. So here I am adding a shadow. First I'll be using a hard-sided brush, and then I'll be going in with a softer side. Now, right here, this is going to be an interesting part, that is the reflection, which a lot of people do different things for it. Personally, I like to just draw a semicircle, or kind of just cut out of the actual iris. I'm not sure what the term is. And if you were to use the eraser tool to make that sharp edge, it basically has the illusion of a white circle. Another thing I've noticed in some anime things is that they like to basically hide the pupil. It doesn't like to be that distinct, so they kind of hide it with black, so I'm adding a little shadow there. Now, there's 2 things you could do. One is, for the eyebrow, I tried to do originally just marking and filling it, but I used instead the lasso tool. Now, the lasso tool has 2 sections in it. It's the normal lasso and the actual lasso point thing. If you use the normal lasso would be like drawing, and then you'll probably get a wobbly type of thing. But if you were to use the point thing, it's a little bit more precise. And so if you were to lasso in all the eyebrows, like eyelash, but yeah, I think that's what it's called, an eyelash, as I did, and use the point, you kind of get a little bit more straighter, sharper lines. So, which is why I was saying that the pencil doesn't have to be exactly perfect. So now it's all thing. It basically highlights the section so that you can just dump your paint. You select the dump paint tool, and I'm choosing black because it's a grayscale. And there you go. Now I got a sharp, nice looking eyelash, and now I'm going into the eyebrow. As you can see, also I'm not quite following the line. I didn't like how it turned out, so this is me going in and fixing it again. Oh, another key thing to remember is you want your eyebrow or the paint to be underneath the layer of your outline. If you're going to especially go, since it's good grayscale, it's not as important, but if you were to go into color, then it would be extremely important so that your black lines would basically pop. Now, so going in with the same style of that shadow, I'm picking a gray color and going underneath the eyebrow, because I know the eyebrow kind of protrudes, and doing that same technique of a sharp paintbrush for the initial thing, and then having a softer edge paintbrush to make it feel a bit more smoother. And that's basically it. So then, yeah, and then I use the crop finish, and that's basically how you do an anime eye. I'll be releasing 2 other videos. One of them will be a pixel art video, and another will be a part 2 of this video on what to do with color. Thank you again, Storche. I apologize if I can't get your name for the question. I hope that I answer, and thank you for being so loyal. I hope that everyone has a great day. If you want me to draw anything, let me know. Let me know in the comments, and I'll try it. Of course, if too many people start asking for stuff, I may have to drop it, but I'll let you know in a later video. So as always, keep drawing, be weird, have a great day. Bye!